I fuck up the mood. They feel it, I kill it, I'm really just spilling the juice out of my shoe. But fuck with the fam, the gunning is something I do. I don't need a crew. It's all on my own and I got something to prove.
SpeakeaZy. I think is this SpeakeaZy?
Sarah.
Oh, it is SpeakeaZy. Show so to speak motherfucking easy. We were just about to send people over there. Are you over there with Fatty right now?
No, he's not over here at the moment.
Oh, I think he's on somebody else's panel.
Some open panels, discussions. I heard. I think it was Nixon talking about having your own place when you're in a relationship. I just want to make sure I heard you correctly. It was about being able to leave easier, right?
No.
Not just that wasn't the only point.
Oh, okay. Sorry, maybe I only heard
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, we hear you.
No, I'm in dating, not like it as in like marriage or engagement. I mean like when you're a lot of times we skip past that and we move in like real soon, and you don't really have the time to see people like through their seasons, like see how they deal with adversity and all that type of stuff. Like when you move, here's the thing: when you're dating, you look forward to that person. Like at the end of the work week, you look forward to doing stuff with them. Like there's something to look forward to, and you're still getting to learn a person. If you skip past that process and move right in, you wake up every day next to that person. It's serious. It's more about life. So all that stuff, there's nothing to look forward to. You just cut that process in half, and now you're there. You know what I'm saying? So now if it doesn't really work out and you don't really know the person, like, hey, I got 5 months on the lease, so I might as well stay. And then sometimes you end up staying past that, and then 2 years down the line, you're trying to make something work, and it's just not working. So now you're in a place where you're trying to put a square in a circle, and it's just not fitting.
Okay, I get what you're saying, and I agree. You shouldn't. You definitely shouldn't rush into things because like I think the point of a relationship is supposed to be the long term that leads to marriage eventually. I just if you're always in a state of mind that I always need my own place so that I can get out of the relationship quicker, I think this puts you in a bad state of mind to go into the relationship with this thought on your head.
Right. No, I was just saying that the space and the time allows you to make a better observation of people. And like DJ said, when you have some type of dispute or conflict, you can separate and get your bearings and think of this, and rethink things and then come back together. When you're in the same place and it's not working and you rush the relationship, you don't really know the person, it's a lot harder,
Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, but I'm gonna go check Freddie out, man.
I even think it's healthy for couples to have their own room. No, I'm saying I even think it's healthy for couples to have their own room. Yep. Ain't gotta be their own separate bedroom that they always sleep separately, but they need to get their own safe space in the house that is like you got a man cave and she got
I was just about to say, I think that's like the point of the man cave kind of thing when the man wants to get away and the woman needs space. I get what you're saying. It's good not to constantly be blown up. Sometimes you need.
Bro, I've been in relationships in a 1-bedroom, and then I've been in relationships in a 2-bedroom, and relationships in a 2-bedroom.
Wait. So y'all gonna build a space to cool off. So you thinking you're gonna be in a relationship and y'all gonna be getting the shit that often that you need a fucking space to cool off?
No. Before you even gotta cool off, OG, we were talking about just in conflict, just not being in each other's face all the time, but being in the same vicinity, knowing that each other is at the crib. But sometimes you just, you know what I'm saying? Okay, it makes you fuck with each other more than you just in each other's face all day, whole day.
Right now,
dog, it's not. Yeah, and it's not all the time. It's not all the time I go. It's not all the time I go and be around my woman either. I want to be by myself more time and just chill out.
So you could think,
Mr. Witchdoc.
Yeah.
You just explained it. You said you live with another person in a 1-bedroom. Now, in child psychology classes, they taught you 2 mice. They put 2 mice in a shoebox to see how they interact with each other. They're gonna fight. They're gonna, They're gonna fight again. They gotta interact. But that can be confusion, convulsion. So I get where you're coming from, but at the same token, when you had them two mice in a box, one is gonna die. So the relationship basically is dead. Sorry to say it.
Well, DJ here, so we know who didn't die. I'm just saying, hey, listen,
No,
if
it
you,
wasn't even like that, but
hey,
it's true.
hey, if you in a one bedroom, man, the only place you can go is the kitchen or the bathroom. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what though?
Alright.
But you know what though, Nixon though? A part of me did die. But you know what though? A part of me did die. Like my fucking drive, bro. Cause as soon as I come out of that relationship, bro, I started getting my shit together so fast. I was like, bro, this bitch was just holding me the fuck back.
Yo, for real,
Yeah.
bro. Real talk, man. But sometimes you be in some situations, you're just stagnant, you're fucking stressed out for no fucking reason
And
when
it
you
be
really
too
sit down
close
and
to see. Sometimes you be too close to see shit, bro.
for real,
Hey, and
bro.
that's why I say
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you don't fit right because, and like the results of that, like, look, you can tell like when you don't fit right because if you break up with that person, you move a lot faster, right, a lot farther, right.
Mm.
And that person, you might see that person in another relationship and they doing well. And it's no disrespect to you. It's just that you guys didn't fit. You're
Mm.
better suited for other people. And it happens like that.
Yeah.
You know, it happens.
Yeah, I agree. It does definitely happen sometimes like this, but I also think more than often people give up a lot easier than you should, right? Like, again, like with a relationship, there's going to be, like, people think you should be happy all the time. There's months, maybe even years, where you guys are going to be absolutely fucking depressed. But it's coming out of it on the other side together that builds the relationship stronger, right? Like the whole point of like vows before marriage through better or for worse, right? Like it means you're going to go through those hard times together as well. And I think we've lost what the point of relationships are. Because again, a lot of people want that honeymoon phase that you get at the starting. You know, it's always nice at the very starting. It's crazy. You guys are doing all this stuff. But then when you have to click back into reality, get back on both your own routines, everything, it gets a lot harder and people give up in these parts. And I think
That's why I don't think you should put your best
So,
foot forward when you're
Mr.
dating.
SpeakeaZy.
Like when you're dating, you shouldn't put your best foot
Right. I want
forward.
to piggyback.
If you ain't gonna put both of your feet forward, you might as well put the worst one forward first. You know what I'm saying? Because when people put their best foot forward or they mass or they representative or whatever you call it, after a while, like people gotta deal with that other part, you know what I'm saying? And that be the part that most people if you notice, most people if they last a certain, like let's say like a year or so without too much crazy shit, the relationship could go a little while without some shit. But a lot of relationships I've been in, it started off like we talking with each other, and then as soon as we start getting into conflicts, our first fight and shit like that, then we start seeing the real person, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that
Right.
shit ruins the whole shit.
right. And I agree. Sometimes like people completely change who they are, and you're like, oh, that's not who I
But
thought you were.
because you're
There's
trying to be
other
the
times
best you
where we
first.
kind of, we didn't face adversity with them, so we didn't know exactly what was going to come through the adversity, and that's where you find out how you're going to handle it too, right? Especially as the man in the relationship. I believe a lot of this is on us, on how we handle these moments.
You know, as
Yo,
far
yeah.
as far as
Now
as far as a
that's always
relationship,
the fact now.
as far as
Yeah,
a
I mean,
relationship, you know, as far as breaking up or people giving up, like I never really, when I look at certain people's relationship, I never really make judgments or say anything about that because it all depends on the two people in that relationship. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
As to
Should be
what's going
happy.
on in that relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the thing about it is people got to understand it's not about abandoning people. It's about not abandoning yourself.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And if
That's
you
the
love a
fact.
person sometimes and you see that person is really going there and that relationship is hurting a person, then you gotta love a person enough to either fix it or let them go and be happy.
True. I get what you're saying for sure, but you do agree that so like let's uh let's talk about marriage for a second. Do you guys think we should allow no fault divorces, or do you think this is a harm to the especially if there's children involved? Would you guys agree that no fault
See,
divorces are a
adultery,
harm to children or no?
adultery, or what? Abuse.
No
Anything over
fault
there.
divorce means like you don't even have to do that. You can just say,
That's what I'm
yeah, we
saying.
both want a
No,
divorce.
I'm giving you the goddamn guidelines in
Oh, okay,
Westmoreland.
word. My bad.
In Westmoreland world, y'all gonna come through this big golden gate. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a lot of money right in the town. You get what I'm saying? And then our rules there is gonna be gotta be married, but you can't get a divorce unless you got beat on or y'all done cheated. You know what I'm saying?
Based.
Anything over there, y'all need to work that shit out, man. Especially y'all got some
Well,
kids.
so here's the thing though, as far as the kids, right? It depends on what that household is like. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I like my mom and dad better when they wasn't together. The
Yo,
environment was
that's a
the environment was
yo,
miserable. It was miserable.
that's a fact. That's a fact.
Was there any abuse or any cheating going on?
Nah, it was no cheating. But yeah, I mean, at minimum, hell, there's a lot of verbal abuse. I mean, that's just like,
Okay.
to be honest with you, that's normal for a lot of toxic households. But the verbal abuse is the minimum. But yeah, it was not a good environment. It was a lot better.
Okay.
They were much happier when they separated and they co-parented very well.
And that's good, bro. I'm good that happened for you. You know what I'm saying? So,
And also, kids
but I
look
feel
to
like that's
us.
a form of
Situation
abuse, though. Just like
personally,
you
but the
said,
thing with
that's a form of
verbal abuse is that everyone's gonna have their own standard. This is very subjective. If we allow people to just divorce because they claim verbal abuse, and I'm not talking about like every day someone's constantly yelling and calling like this is understandable. We all understand this as verbal abuse, but there's times where people will take yelling, for example, as verbal abuse, and I would argue that your kids seeing you and your spouse get into an argument and then fixing it and still loving each other after is actually more beneficial for the children's life than seeing you
It's
guys
not.
split up because of the fighting.
No, that's not what
Yeah, but I'm saying
the
that's
stats
if,
show. That's
And them ask y'all, do y'all
if,
think like
if, if,
you breaking up, big
I'm
somebody
dog.
saying
breaking
that's
Get
up.
if it
back
can
in
be
and
fixed.
out, okay?
hey,
The voice to read.
Oh, you say I'm
Yes,
breaking
sir.
up?
before people
That's
get
it.
married,
All right, got you.
they
Appreciate it.
should sign a prenup before they get married. Like a prenup should be mandatory. Instead of the state decide how y'all break up, you guys decide it before y'all go into it and have to renew it like every so many years.
Yeah, the prenup.
They have that, don't they?
I'm
Don't
not.
they have
I'm
that?
not arguing against the prenup. But again, for me, it's the no fault divorce I have an issue with. It's just allowing people to just get divorced because they're having. What's the point of the marriage if that's like they might as well have just been dating, right?
But they might just say that that's why. But and because not everyone is forthcoming when it comes to abuse. A lot of people don't say anything, so they'll say, "Look, I just want this to end." So I think it's a bit judgmental, or
How we gonna end if you
to
don't
just
say
I
nothing?
want
assume
more. I want
that
women that
it's.
are being abused to come speak up more. I want to
But that's the
punish those
thing.
men that are abusing women. Those men
But
need to be
it's
fucking
easier.
punished.
It's easier said than done. I mean, you see. I mean, we just saw what happened. How we've seen several people. Things have happened to him, and then folks like, no, it didn't. No, it didn't. Even when a person admits to doing it, no, it didn't. It didn't happen. He didn't shoot her. He said he did it. No, he didn't. See, so a lot of folks just don't. A lot of people suffer in silence. And I know based on because of the job I do.
Wait, who's up? Hey, is that artichoke with the name Miss Pick Me? Is that?
Yes, because that's what I apparently that's what I am. Simply because I say fuck this is sisterhood, which
Oh
I
man.
stand on that.
Hey, but no, here's the thing. I would agree with y'all when it comes to the no divorce if if there were certain requirements before you can actually get married, like counseling and a whole bunch of other stuff. If we can do that before, then I would agree.
Yeah, that should be mandatory.
Wait, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we about to go on over to Fatty. And
Witch Doctor said he's tired of y'all.
This is Witch Doctor's channel, right?
Oh, yes, sir. Yo, did you just try to hack me just now?
Who?
You.
Hack
this
you?
Wigga. Wigga, what you?
Lord Jesus.
I'm just fucking with you.
Lord,
nah, bro. I don't do all that crazy shit, bro. No.
Nah.
Hey, is that my boy Ray McNutt over there?
Ray Midnight is
asking whose channel
Ray
this
been
was,
in the
'cause
cut.
I'm
He
gonna
ain't
shut
said
down
nothing.
on my channel.
He down there though. I see him. Shout out.
We remember you from Fatty, from you and Fatty.
Word. Yeah, Fatty. Fatty will come around. He'll understand objective morals soon. He'll come around.
Hey, Big West, Fatty divesting, man.